If you have $10,000 sitting in a standard savings account right now, you aren't saving money. You're actually paying the bank to lose it. In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you the savings matrix that Wall Street doesn't want you to use, and why your safe account is actually your biggest financial leak. The mainstream banking matrix sells you the illusion of safety to secure cheap operational capital for their own trading desks. They take your hard-earned $10,000 baseline deposit and instantly distribute it into high-yield commercial asset classes. They leave you holding the nominal paper promise while institutional systems capture the real compounding velocity. Let's decode the math. The fundamental deception begins with the hidden mechanics of yield arbitrage. Commercial banking institutions pay you a fractional 0.5% annual percentage return on your principal cash. Simultaneously, they turn around and deploy that exact liquidity into consumer credit lines, charging over 20%. They pocket the massive net interest spread margin, generating institutional fortune off your financial compliance. Marcus logs into his primary online portal, staring blankly at the monthly interest payout file. He receives a literal $3 credit notation, completely blind to the hundreds of dollars eroded by inflation. Let's analyze the absolute drag coefficient introduced by systemic purchasing power dilution. The Federal Reserve's active monetary expansion targets a baseline 2% currency expansion rate annually. In real-world retail sectors like housing, energy, and food logistics, the pricing shift tracks much higher. When your capital balance sits stagnant, it is undergoing rapid real-world decay. Your $10,000 nominal dollars buys less transportation, shelter, and material security every passing month. Sarah maps this currency devaluation velocity matrix across an analytical 40-year timeline graph. The data chart proves that cash hoarders are systematically funding the wealth expansion loops of debt issuers. Now let's examine the secondary hidden trap, the vulnerability matrix of centralized financial custody. When you store capital inside a digital account structure, you surrender ultimate execution deployment control. The institution operates with your cash balance as an asset baseline on their leverage balance sheet models. If the macro credit environment encounters sudden, acute gridlock friction, your access vectors can freeze. You assume immediate liquidity exists, but you merely possess an unhedged digital claim slip. Marcus experiences the mental block of assuming bank custody equals bulletproof protection. He treats the savings balance as a secure fortress shield, ignoring the structural leakage undermining his runway. Let's analyze the third hidden layer of friction, the immediate tax extraction engine on nominal interest. Even if your bank manages to pay a minor yield block, the state claims its percentage instantly. They classify the nominal expansion as ordinary income, ignoring the fact that your real value dropped. You are actively paying taxes on money that is simultaneously losing absolute market utility. This multi-layered extraction architecture ensures that traditional saving methods remain a permanent wealth drain. Sarah isolates these systemic drag coefficients, proving why middle-class savers remain financially contained. To break completely free from this optimization trap, you must deploy the Capital Fortress Allocation Blueprint. We systematically dismantle the savings trap by dividing your $10,000 into 3 tactical vectors. Vector number 1 commands a strict 40% allocation directly into sovereign debt block instruments. This means routing exactly $4,000 into short-duration United States Treasury bills. Treasury bills bypass the commercial banking matrix entirely, eliminating institutional credit counterparty vulnerabilities. They return institutional-grade yields backed directly by the absolute taxation authority of the federal sovereign system. Your principal return parameters are contractually guaranteed, protecting your baseline from capital destruction loops. Sarah tracks the velocity index of short-horizon sovereign assets across modern economic volatility periods. The data demonstrates that sovereign insulation maintains maximum asset safety while outperforming bank baselines. Now let's break open vector number 2, the macro asset production vehicle framework. We direct exactly 30%, or $3,000, into a zero-fee total market index engine. Instead of risking capital on volatile individual stock-picking loops, you purchase the entire national output. You own an automated fractional slice of every major technology, energy, and medical conglomerate simultaneously. As these mega entities pass increased operational costs to consumers, their internal asset values expand automatically. Your index tracking baseline scales proportionally, serving as a dynamic mathematical shield against monetary printing scripts. You align your personal financial trajectory with raw aggregate human innovation and industrial efficiency blocks. Sarah monitors index compound velocity curves against long horizon currency degradation tracking profiles. The comparative data confirms that aggregate market ownership systematically neutralizes historical inflation cycles. Let's isolate the precise execution parameters of vector number 3, the absolute cash isolation shield layer. We convert the final 30%, or $3,000, into physical liquidity reserves. This capital block is placed securely inside a personal mechanical safe box module away from online banking networks. It serves as your primary line of physical armor defense against sudden structural credit blackouts or systemic server gridlock. If you are ready to break out of this $10,000 custodial trap, you must seize manual control of your numbers immediately. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit that notification bell. Let's build. Leave a comment below with your liquid cash insulation goals, because math deletes corporate illusions. The execution roadmap requires an immediate operational audit of your existing liquid balances. Log into every active account portal and identify where your cash is being deployed as back-end bank leverage. You must halt the continuous baseline depletion by transferring cash surplus vectors aggressively. Divert 40% out of standard commercial accounts and execute an active purchase sequence inside your sovereign tracking ledger. Lock in short-duration treasury blocks that pay maximum programmatic yield directly to your terminal balance. Sarah tracks this capital redirection sequence, observing an immediate acceleration in real-world net yield parameters. Next, configure your primary checking interface to clear 20% of incoming resources programmatically. This automatic transfer routes cash post-salary arrival windows straight into zero-fee market tracking shields. By clearing the cash delta automatically, you structurally eliminate human hesitation and lifestyle spending leaks. You remove the cognitive friction that leaves middle-class professionals continuously vulnerable to sudden sector volatility. Your principal balance buys a secure stake in total human technological advancement and material output. Let's analyze the absolute danger introduced by chasing hyper-yielding, unregulated alternative investment nodes. When inflation accelerates, retail savers frequently panic and pour capital into speculative digital tokens. Promoters project immediate double-digit returns, weaponizing your urgency to escape traditional cash decay metrics. In reality, these unhedged platforms possess hidden internal leverage risk vectors and zero real safety boundaries. One macro liquidity event can wipe out your entire $10,000 baseline investment framework instantly. You exchange the predictable erosion of bank inflation for the instantaneous deletion of your net principal. Sarah maps these speculative bankruptcy trends across rolling modern corporate market cycle records. The data asset tracking demonstrates that capital protection must always precede target yield maximization algorithms. Your initial $10,000 forms the foundational protective shield wall of your economic perimeter timeline runway. It must be guarded with absolute systematic restraint, not gambled away on volatile corporate lottery narratives. This brings us directly to the operational execution checklist required to secure your sovereign fortress layout tonight. Step 1. Audit your current commercial account portal and flag every hidden transaction extraction leak. The consumer matrix relies on your continuous liquid shortage to enforce corporate labor compliance at scale. When you build an unshakable insulation buffer, you dismantle their primary control mechanism node completely. Marcus tracks his growing capital security runway, experiencing a profound psychological transformation. He no longer operates from a position of chronic financial anxiety or defensive career vulnerability. He possesses direct custody of his asset velocity, executing resource maneuvers with institutional precision. Let's review the exact execution checklist required to lock in this fortress architecture tonight. Step 1. Audit your active commercial bank accounts and flag every hidden processing fee leakage. Step 2. Open a dedicated Treasury Access portal link to purchase your Module 1 sovereign instruments. Step 3. Redirection parameters apply, routing the equity shield slice into zero-fee total market index trackers. Step 4. Extract $1,500 physically to deposit into your off-grid safety safe box location. This systematic sequence transitions your capital away from institutional risk structures immediately. You construct an unshakable boundary that insulates your purchasing utility from monetary policy adjustments. The monetary printing press will continue to expand the total fiat volume supply line elements. They will debase the dollar unit to service rising sovereign debt obligations at scale, but your protected asset modules remain fully insulated inside the unyielding logic of math. Sarah concludes her structural data assessment, locking the final wealth velocity tracking vectors. The multi-decade empirical evidence confirms that systematic capital protection is your ultimate personal survival requirement. Chasing speculative hype trends guarantees capital destruction. Building structured defensive perimeters secures permanent sovereignty. You have decoded the internal mechanics of the modern wealth extraction system framework fields. The choice before your personal allocation path remains completely objective, absolute, and unyielding. You can let your $10,000 dissolve slowly under their custodial inflation loops, or you can execute the Fortress Blueprint model to lock in permanent economic velocity. Audit your account matrices tonight, eliminate the inefficiency leaks, and protect your principal baseline capital. Deny the consumer banking matrix the power to dilute your active life force energy. Take absolute custody of your wealth trajectory by prioritizing real-world purchasing velocity. The unyielding laws of mathematics lose all power when you surrender to emotional consumerism. But when you align with empirical data, your independent fortress becomes entirely impregnable. Stop functioning like an overleveraged worker. Build like an institutional capital manager. Automate your module redirections, enforce strict internal spending contracts, and let time compound. Every single automated dollar you insulate shatters an institutional extraction mechanism completely. You reclaim absolute control over your finite human life force active generation runway parameters. The total market tracking index functions as your ultimate long horizon wealth accumulation machine. It naturally captures the forward momentum of aggregate human production and industrial automation. Chasing short-term speculative hype loops is a mathematically proven pathway to structural poverty. Align your life with the unyielding truth of empirical data blueprints tonight. If this targeted financial breakdown is changing your trajectory, take a second right now to subscribe to the channel. Your future financial independence is determined exclusively by the data-driven boundaries you implement right now. Take absolute custody of your wealth trajectory by prioritizing real-world purchasing velocity vectors. The unyielding laws of mathematics lose all power the second you surrender to emotional retail consumerism. But when you choose empirical data routing, your independent fortress becomes entirely impregnable across time. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, and hit that notification bell. The mathematical reality doesn't care about emotional market noise. Every programmatic dollar you deploy right now alters your future wealth trajectory permanently. Close the screen and build.